Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Icenia campaign. Last time, we finished taking on Cornawia. That's who they were. I couldn't quite remember what they were called because I was looking at the wrong tile here, but they were called Cornawia, but they are no more. And we fully conquered this land and did the initial bit of land management that we needed to do. We switched the capital around, looked at the buildings, whatnot. I think as well that we need to go ahead and set up these colonies. Ideally, a bit of time has passed. We are trying to get Wododinians here in Welianiate. Let's go ahead and actually see if we can do that. Also, I did reload my client, and as expected, the Civil War thing popped up again. I am now realizing that this is actually just a graphic glitch or like an interface glitch. I'm not actually in danger of a civil war. This will go away on the monthly tick. So, pretty alarming glitch, but ultimately fine. All right, where am I looking for? Wododinian. Is that the right? Hold on. No, this is Taxalian here. I need more Wododinians over here. Where'd the Taxalians go? Taxalia Australis. Yeah, that's incorrect. That is wrong. Don't go there. Right, yeah, because this is for the... Yeah, okay, I need to move the Taxalians here. Why is Taxalia Australis being picked? I think I'm going to move a non-Taxalian over here just to see if that fixes it. I'll move a Caledonian from Welianiate. Alright, let's see if that's fixed it. I may need to wait a month for it to be fixed. We'll see in a moment. Give it a month. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, what am I doing next? Well, who do I have claims on at this point? I have a Casus Belli on Turonia, that's correct. I have been holding on to this claim for a moment, and this might be the episode to act on it. First things first, though, there does seem to be something going on down here. Am I recording? Yes, I am. I'm always checking that. Looks like a Caletian revolt is happening in Eberowikia. Okay, yeah, I see what's going on. There's a revolt up here fighting against Kalitia. Okay, so Kalitia has a civil war, and it looks as though Kalitia's ally, Eberowikia, is being dragged in like that. I could take advantage of this, but honestly in this game, unlike in other games, and I think unlike in real life, it's actually very inefficient to take advantage of civil wars because there's so many variables that can cause a war to end, and then your war goals are snapped away from you by the game. It's just very messy to play around, and I'd rather not deal with it. And in times where we've had a civil war break out in a nation we've been at war with, it's overwhelmingly just caused trouble. So we're not gonna worry about that too much. But I do still want to go after Turonia. Now, Turonia, their ally and their partner in the Defensive League, is Carnuccia. So this is a very border gore clearing type situation. If I were to go after Turonia, the Turonian exclave over in Celtica, that'd be a choice I could make that would start to set me up for conflict with Arwernia. We do obviously border Arwernia, but so far we've only bordered them, and we're both on different sides of the border. I'd be encroaching into Aquitanian territory if I were to do that. So I could take the territory that's safe up here and not go this way. I could just leave this part of Turonia alive, likely to be killed by Arwernia later, which would be fine. Not the worst idea. I might have to take it and I might have to siege it down during the war. That's on the table still, but I just wouldn't take it in the peace deal. That being said, I do need to eventually fight Arwernia. They're my obvious sort of local rival in Gaul. And they're also my gateway, as I've talked about before, to the Mediterranean coast, which will open up a lot of lucrative opportunities. I also need to keep an eye on some of the other big players now that I'm kind of up there. I mean, I've been up there for a while, score-wise, but realistically, I'm not really in a position to take on Rome. probably couldn't take on Carthage unless I really splurged on mercenaries. And Carthage has a lot of bonuses to splurging on mercenaries, so that might not even be enough. Frankly, what I really need to do is pounce when a Punic War has started. I think that Carthage and Rome have had one Punic War. I shouldn't really say Punic War because that means something distinct. But, they've had one war with each other. I'll say Punic War to mean a Rome-Carthage war. They've had at least one Punic War in which Rome took over the Carthaginian stuff on Sardinia, and Carthage secured the stuff over here. Fair enough. I think my idea of actually allying Carthage, which they would now accept, very interesting little button right here. I could ally Carthage right now, which would be very interesting. I need to think quite carefully about this because this is an extremely major commitment. I am committing not only to being Carthage's ally, which is obviously what this button press would mean. I'm committing to getting involved in Carthage's wars, particularly its defensive wars, which may include against Rome. Now, Rome is currently, it's been very focused on its Illyrian and kind of, Greco area activity. It's not really focused on Carthage that much. And Rome also does have a pretty spooky navy, 153 ships. That's a lot. This is the cursed timeline with naval superpower Rome and naval not superpower Carthage. Very strange. Fortunately, we are coming in to support Carthage with our clean, round number of ships. I will probably have to build a fifth navy in the style I've been doing to at least be about at Rome's size. And again, I don't know Rome's naval composition. I don't know what they've been doing in that regard. So if I were to decide to ally Carthage, I think I'd want to do that at a point where it was really opportune, such as right before I fight Arvernia, and I could bring Carthage into that war. I wouldn't want to give Carthage territory, but having Arvernia be attacked from the south could certainly distract them. I'm not particularly scared of losing to Arvernia when I have all my forces at play, but it would certainly save on manpower. And I need to really be thinking about, if I have an alliance with Carthage, I need to have a certain amount of resources kind of banked up in case there is a big war. I'm also trying to figure out, is there any other superpower that I'm scared of that Carthage might fight? Probably the likeliest powerful nation would be something like the Achaea, who is comparable in size to Arvernia. They're actually smaller, and I'm not super scared of Arvernia if I'm friends with Carthage. So I think it might be time. I think Carthage now finally respects me. Mostly it's just my aggressive expansion going down. That's helped out a lot. I've also improved relations with them. So yeah, I think it is time to pull the trigger on this long-anticipated diplomatic maneuver. Going to offer an alliance to Carthage. My king, Carthage is what that should say, accepted our offer to enter into a military alliance due to their own choice. There it is. So we are now friends with Carthage, as we've been sort of indirectly trying to do for a long time. We can now, by the way, see what they're doing. They do have a couple of legions. That's what that little icon there means. Of course, as I've noted, I've not been playing the legion style throughout this game so far, and I don't intend to for quite a while. As long as I can reliably just convert everybody to a Kenny, which around on Britannia, and arguably around here, is doable while the religion is the same. I think once I'm leaving the Druidic area, it's going to be a lot less of a sure thing that I can convert people culturally, because converting them culturally and converting them religiously are closely tied. Also, I hope that my recording didn't just get screwed up because my game lagged. Gotta love that feeling. I don't know what the issue is. It is what it is. But we are now friends with Carthage, which is very, very exciting. And yeah, so that's good. All right, so with that in mind, what do we do now? Well, we don't need to call in... by the way, I'm not going to call in Carthage to any just small war. I don't want to get them committed to wars up in the north and draw them away and have Rome get any ideas. I think I will, by the way, take advantage of my naval power and try to help out Carthage as much as I can if they call me into their wars. I don't really need to do this necessarily. It depends on what kind of war it is, whether it's going to affect their opinion of me for not agreeing to do it. I don't quite remember how it works in this game, to be honest, compared to Crusader Kings 3. But I think it's an interesting kind of like opportunity. An emergent gameplay might happen if I'm drawn into wars, say, in Spain, which I've not really gone to quite yet. So, what do I do now? I think I go after Tyronia, and I think I do take the Celtica section of Tyronia, because now with my big friend in the south, I feel a lot more ready to provoke Arbornia. Of course, in this game, there's no such mechanic. This was a more complex strategy game. There might be a way for the AI to see this as encroaching into their land. I mean, we'll see what happens with Arbornia. I don't remember Arbornia's AI, how aggressive it is. If it's based on real history, it should be pretty aggressive. The Arbornia in real history was, of course, the kind of the hegemon of the Gauls during Caesar's, or excuse me, Caesar's invasion of Gaul. So that's the plan, but we're going to get our forces organized before we march on Turonia and Carnutia. Now, these are both going to bring in maybe like 2k derp stack, which means I can probably get away without my full levy involved. Although I do need to wait for my smaller levies. Yeah, I just used them. So I will have to wait a couple of months to get these smaller levies. I think I'll go in with everyone except for the main levy. So I'll go in with the minor armies, essentially. I guess Germania is ready now, but I don't want to go in with just Germania. I'll wait a couple months for these guys to get their raised levy cooldown restored, and then we'll proceed without using the main levy, just so we can again take advantage of the manpower bonuses from having our main levy not be raised. It's totally fine. And then while I'm looking at the screen, actually, sorry for the very long intro to this episode, but I'm just assessing the situation here. I think I'll raise the Caledonian force probably at Manawia, and in preparation, I'll have the Ulconum fleet come up to Manawia and wait there. I'll also have the Armorica one will just be raised right there. The Belgica one will... Okay, yeah, so Belgica will be raised over here. I'll have the Lugudurum fleet come over to Cortoriacum to pick up the Belgica fleet. Okay, there we go. Good stuff. And also, this is the last claim I had set up before. I hadn't really been generating lots of claims. I could, for what it's worth, actually do... I talked about this a couple episodes ago. I could do the War Council to try and find some claims this way. I might want to wait to do it on a more round number year if I do want to do it on cooldown, which is what I said I'd do, and I forgot about that. But I might wait until 550 and actually do it on the 1st of January there, if I can remember to that. We'll see. Famously, I'm not very good with my memory. So I'll hold off on that. So aside from Turonia, let me actually look at the map mode here. So I'd rather focus on consolidating my presence in different provinces. So let's look over at Belgica for a quick sec. I haven't looked at Belgica that much. Control all of Myrminia. Frisia, yeah, we're fine there. Wheeliocassia, we haven't really done much over on this side. We could take on the country of Myrminia. Who do they bring in? They're allied with Nuria, so that's a pretty big front right there. And then also they're allied with Suessionia, who I'm not super scared. Like, that's not scary necessarily, just this is a large number of forts to deal with. This would be a pretty substantial war across a large front, and with a lot of territory to get. Keeping in mind, I am trying to get aggressive expansion now. I have so much aggressive expansion reduction. I need to really cash in on that. Also, speaking of which, okay, has my... Yeah, so... Oh, that's war exhaustion, that's right. Yeah, war exhaustion is almost to 0, which is good. Alternatively, I guess the issue is the alternative is to come from the western side and go eastward, going against Calatia. But I don't want to do this while they're in their civil war, so I think what I might do is perhaps go a different direction. I guess I could get claims on Arvernia. Do I have claims on Arvernia yet? No, I don't think so. Where would I want to attack Arvernia, though? I mean, probably Celtica is the right call, because I already will be entering this area. This would establish kind of a beachhead if it were into Arvernia. I mean, I didn't want to take more than just this, though. I don't need to think about that claim. Oops, that claim too hard. But I want to do a couple smaller wars. I guess I could also fight over on Hibernia. Finally expand into some of this territory. I could do a really quick war against Caucia, or rather set up for a quick war against Caucia. Just my last... This is technically the last Albion region nation that borders me, for what that's worth. Alright, I think I will fabricate it... Well, I don't think there's any rush to do this. I want to save a political influence for cities. So let's hold off on that. No need to rush around. We'll just wait. And once things are, the cooldowns are reset. All right, Carthage wants to import base metals from Caledonia. That's fine. I'll trade with Carthage, absolutely. The other thing, too, is part of the reason I decided to go with allying with Carthage instead of Rome, if I'm going to have one of them as an ally over the other, which I think is a good call, is I'm likelier to not conflict with Carthage in terms of my territorial ambitions. Ultimately, I want to basically control northern Europe and like mainland Europe. My presence in Spain does not have to be part of that plan. It would be a nice idea because Spain does obviously have some great resources, but Spain is the wrong... Well, no, that's not true. Spain actually is largely Druidic at this point. Yeah, so it's... Hold on. Yeah, so... Okay, Iberic is just a weird color. Okay, yeah, so Spain, in the parts that I would, like, want to be in, like, on the coast, it is Iberic, so that does present an issue. It makes it a lot harder to convert people to Iceni. So staying in the super Druidic kind of Gaelic area seems like a good call. Not to mention, again, like I want to have this kind of north, coastal empire eventually, and that involves a presence in Gaul. Going too far south kind of gets me away from that. I think it might be worth, honestly, just stopping at the end of Aquitaine, and that this super, this very natural defensive border of the Pyrenees just being where I stop at, that makes a lot of sense to me, honestly. I don't really care who lives south of me. If it's Carthage, if it's someone else, totally fine. If I'm allied with Carthage, the AI, in my experience, is unlikely to break an alliance to fight you if you're a bigger power or a comparable power to them, unless they have a mission to do so or they have some special reason to do so. Like, if you're allied with Carthage's Rome, sometimes there's some strangeness, but I think if I just let Carthage take over Spain, I don't really care if they're in Spain, as long as I get to southern Gaul before they get to it. That's what I'm more concerned about. If Carthage were to, for example, conquer Arvernian land over here, I'd be bothered by that, because then I have to make a tough call about whether to let Carthage into Transalpine Gaul or do the inefficient thing of splitting it with them or not taking it. So that's the idea there. Yeah, okay. I need to stop pausing so much. This will be another very long episode. I mean, having said that, who wants this first from Caledonia? Sure. I'll do that. Works for me. I think I should have turned this low when I was at peacetime, but we're about to go to war again, so I would like this to be up. But, small micro mistake. These forces are all landlocked, or these tribes are all landlocked, by the way, so no need to worry about fleets or anything. Should not be a big deal at all. Also, let's go ahead and see. Boyo Calatus has died of a heart attack, who is the head of the Calatia family. Alright, let's, this is a more important character than usual, so let's go ahead and see who the new head is. Looks like Duikiakis is the head of the Calatia family now. I've seen this character before. His loyalty is on... It's closer to low than I'd like, but it's okay. Let's see, it's just power base and tyranny. Oh, and we refused a proposal from him at some point. Okay. That's fine. No big deal. Alright. Looking for the Taxalians. Alright, Taxalians. Let me tell you a little thing about... Not Taxalia Australis, that's the wrong spot. I didn't even want to form a colony there. That's the wrong spot. No, don't go there. What if I literally... This is super irritating. Because I want Welianate... Okay, once Welianate is actually a city, maybe it'll be more appealing. I can only hope that's what happens, because at this point, I don't know what else I can do to force the issue. Also, Caledonians are up here. I guess I could start forming a colony up here if they pick Karnarnake, which they ought to. It's the only good spot in the Caledonian region. So let's go ahead and check that now. Culture. Because I'd rather have my colony thing be on cooldown. Caledonian. I gotta scroll through all these people. Karnarnake. Okay, the Caledonians know what's up. They know about my preferences. Okay, Karnarnake against colony. Very good. All right. And then we'll also probably found the city in Karnarnake next, which this is like very much like not like the meta plan. I just want to get my northernmost cities kind of like set up so I can start doing colonization in the background as it becomes available. Karno Nake, an Iceni colony. The arrival of Iceni settlers has hardly endeared the local population to us, but the foundation of a colony in this area is without a doubt the best way to exert control here in the long run. Soon, even the local Caledonian inhabitants will see how our city will prosper and surpass any previous settlements they may have had in the area before the land was confiscated. Alright. Great. We now have a bunch of people living here. Freemen here are thrilled. 100% happiness freemen up here. These Iceni freemen are ecstatic to live in the frozen forest of Karnonake. I don't know what that's about, but good for them, honestly. I mean, that's nice to see. You love to see it, you know? Anyways, when are my actual levies ready to go? 11 months away. 1 month away. Okay, 1 month. So we have about a year to go. That's fine. Maybe the civil war in Kaletia will end by then, which would be great, because then I can safely set up... I guess I can set up a claim there either way, but I do still want to save political influence, so I think Kaletia might still be my next target in that sense, just because it will get me closer to unifying my two continental sections, which I think will be important for strategic purposes ahead of any huge war. Although that being said, I'm not... Oh, never mind. Okay. I thought this was like a barb stack sieging one of my lands, but nope, it's just part of the Civil War. That's totally fine. I have so much money. Holy moly. I need to also start, like... Okay, they've also hired some mercs that are living up here. I do need to start banking up my money a little bit, just because who knows when I need to splurge a whole bunch of money on an emergency. Now that I'm allied with Carthage, I need to have the mindset of a mid to late game power. Right, Rowenia Urkii died while attempting to steal from a rival at age of 73. She was the high priest, and she was the aunt of one of my admirals and a rival of one of my governors. She was in the Urkii family. Alright, so we need a new high priest here. I suppose the minor character here at Kalatii. The Kalatiis are pretty happy, honestly. 7. May as well get a 9 character. Like, I don't have any score in family, so this should be fine. You're pretty young. Cotius Doratus. Go ahead. Get that omen power. Have to keep an eye. I'm about 2 years away from my next omen. Very good. Excuse me. Troubling developments. Recently, we have seen that our Master of the Guard, Concolatanus Welbus, as well as those under his charge, have been doing a disappointing job. It seems people have issues with them. Keep reporting. It seems people having issues with them keep reporting back to us how difficult they are to work with. When talking to the man, he claims it is simply a matter of bureaucracy being difficult and that the funds for his office have been lacking lately. He makes sure to mention repeatedly that it would most likely work out if only they were given more funds to work with. Eesh. All right, this guy doesn't actually have any corruption at all, so this is, again, not based on a real situation. I could screw up his loyalty. He's the Master of the Guard. He's not very qualified, so I'd be fine to just replace him, honestly. And I lose 2 corruption from Wisenius, which is a little nice. Saves a couple, percentages of a gold piece. How do the Welbii feel? Are they satisfied? Ooh, not so much. Do we have another qualified Welbii we could replace this character with immediately? Not seeing any qualified Welbiis. Here's our most qualified. You're only 5. Eesh. Okay, we don't really... It's kind of annoying. That's a lot of money, though, just to make this guy happy. This is not an important character. I don't want him... Okay, 5 corruption on Wisenius is probably the breaking point here, so let's go ahead and just bite that bullet, and we're gonna... Oh yeah, he's 2 disloyal now. Alright, you know what? Screw you. We're gonna bring you to trial. I'm gonna do the trial thing. I have not even done it this whole series, I think, and we're gonna go for it. How's this affected by? We pay tyranny, he becomes super disloyal. And his power base is... Where is his power base coming from? Oh, holy shit, this guy's the head of the family. Whoops. I should have double-checked that before making that decision. This is the head of a family. In that case, did I say trial? I meant to say bribe. Yes, you misheard. You see, it's a common mishearing. When I said I'm going to imprison you and put you on a trial for your corruption, what I actually meant to say and what I was trying to say was, you're great, and I'm gonna give you money. Okay, that's taken care of there. That was almost a disaster, but fortunately caught that just in time. All right, how's our army coming along? Okay, our folks are another 7 months or so. It's fine. War exhaustion is now cleared out. Very good. Aggressive expansion is cleared out. We need to get some of those back up again. Marian Civil War ends. This series is just filled with Marian Civil Wars over and over and over, which I guess is understandable. Things are happening over here. Also, I see you, Dahe. I see what you're trying to do. Jeez. Okay, yeah. So as expected, look at Egypt go. The mid-game sort of like consolidation that you usually see is happening. Bosphorans and Dahe. I think I looked at the situation like maybe 10 years ago, but I'll look again right now, I suppose. As usual, the Tibetan area is still pretty decentralized, and as usual, the Gallic area is still pretty decentralized. Yeah. My influence, my like game impact has definitely been felt in kind of Western Gaul, but yeah, this area doesn't tend to consolidate super quickly just because these are all tribal nations. Yeah, totally fine. The coming of the city of Weluniate are extensions of new privileges and investments into the local infrastructure has seen Weluniate grow from relative humility into a true Taxalian city. Right, now produces cloth, and it's also going to now produce a dock for me, please. This will help a lot with troop visits up here if I ever need to. Ooh, I could get 3 stability or tons of gold. Again, unusually, I think I will go for the gold, even though I have tons of gold currently, because I'm already above 50. I think if I was trying to get towards 53 would definitely be the right call, but since I'm already so far above 50, the diminishing returns are pretty substantial. I can make use of the gold in other ways. In fact, I should do just that, I think. I think what I should do is, let's see. Oh, no, not you. Welcome is just thriving. Love to see it. Could get some more manpower over here. I think academies and court of law. Let me make sure I've got all my academies and court. I also need to build a city over here in Germanium. Keep forgetting about it. Build an academy here. I do have one noble who lives here. Maybe another noble would spawn here if I built this. This would give us better civ level over here, more noble happiness and whatnot. Or training camp for 2 manpower. Let's actually test out and see what this +2 really means. 23 to 25. Where does that come from? What is this reflecting? So we're at 124. Let's build a training camp up here in Canoium. Let's see what happens. Meanwhile, I can build more stuff somewhere else. Okay, so I think what's going on here is the training camp is a percentage bonus that's additive? No. Multiplicative with the citizens plus freemen. I don't know. I don't really understand this. It's very mysterious. This would not do anything because there's barely anyone up here. What a Blania. This would do something. Honestly, I'm going to build a court of law in Ablania because I actually do want to max out the territorial loyalty over here because I'm going to add territory. Well, I guess it's not the same territory, though, to be fair. More citizens, though, and civ level would be good up here. I think training camp first, and then court of law. Yeah, that's the right call. Okay, and while I'm spending money, may as well look over here also. Oh, +2 over here as well. Yeah, I think so. I think the order is court of law and training camp. Courts of law, especially outside of Albion. And then academy is after training camp. Any other cities I've finished around here? I don't really think so. I guess Namnetum already filled up. All right. I still have a lot more money to spend, but that was a good start to that. Sorry for the slow episode. Last episode was pretty action-packed, to be fair. So this is a bit of a relaxing episode in comparison. Oh, yeah, the cloth from Taxelia, so probably do want to trade with the Germans. I guess we'll trade with Focia. That's fine. So much money from that. This is a lot of money that we're losing out on, though. Where is this all coming from? I think it's just corruption, honestly. Being a major power boosts a lot. Yeah, look at these numbers. Oof. Dinea Diwika is just so expensive. Lower Niska is actually also really expensive, too. What's her corruption like? No, wait. She has no corruption, actually. Oh, she's probably just paid a lot because she's the queen. That makes sense. Diana, though, she's got insane corruption. I think it's time to retire Diana. She's been the chancellor for a while. She's very, very good, but we don't really need tons of aggressive expansion impact right now. So I'm going to replace her with another Diwikai, I think. Let's see. Actually, the Diwikai are at 4. I can replace her with anybody. There might be some merit to replacing her with just a really high loyalty character. Looks like Cantasena Urkii. I mean, I think we already have a lot of Urkii in office. Yeah, we do. But this could get them to Grateful, which is nice, because they are such a big family, including some characters like admirals. So I think I'm going to go with an Urkii. I do have a current trend of Urkii domination in the government right now, and I have for the last couple episodes since I married an Urkii, but honestly, I think this kind of makes sense right now. Super loyal character, good charisma, young character, so she'll stick around for a while. Someone we can kind of... Oh, she's got nefarious tendencies. No, I didn't want that. What does that mean, nefarious tendencies? What? Where is that coming from? Is that a trait? What is that? Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm gonna pick someone who doesn't have default corruption, though. That's the one thing. I guess it could be another Diwikai. That's totally fine. You have no corruption. What kind of traits do you have? Do you have, like, anti-corruption traits? You are ailing. That's not good. Your loyalty trait. This guy's not in good shape, but he'll do fine. I shouldn't pick someone who I know is going to get replaced super soon. Why are all my characters so corrupt? Jeez. Okay, this guy's a Kalatii. Marganus. Skeptical. Bad loyalty trait. His base loyalty is pretty fine. Vengeful. More likely to murder. So he's like an ambitious character. He's a founder as well. Alright, you know what? We're going to make this guy the Chancellor. We're going for it. Alright, Morganus, I've picked you based on the dubious claim that you're not corrupt. We'll see if that changes. Actually, he's not a Kalatii. Wait, hold on. The Kalatii aren't a family. No, they are a family. He's a Kalates, not a Kalatii. Hold on. Kalates. It's the same spelling. Wait, okay, no wonder I was confused. He's a minor character who is the exact same last name as a major house. Well, I mean, talk about ambitious. I basically picked him by accident, in a sense. All right, that's fine. He's pretty loyal, totally fine. This will save us some money, I think. Yeah, that saves some money right there. He is still a very highly paid character, but that's like a one trade good worth of money that we've saved right there. So that's good to see. Other than that, Lower Niska's massive wage. Can we do anything about this? Where is this coming from? Hold on, wrong thing there. How do I see your wage? Can I see? Ooh, I can do that. Oh, I didn't know about this. I don't know what that does, but I can highlight the text. I did not know about that. I've never noticed that. Okay, whatever. So it's not corruption. I think she just gets paid a whole bunch more than usual because she's the consort. Oh, it's... Okay, I see what it is. She's gaining a flat % of her income because she's the consort. Okay, that's why that is. Okay, so actually this is how it's calculated. I didn't realize that this is how the wages are calculated. It's a flat income %. That's a % based on their job and then an extra amount from being the consort. Okay, so that makes sense. Her high popularity reduces the amount? That's interesting. Ooh. I should find a way to improve her popularity then. Interesting. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that then. Not much to do about that. Let's see here. 4 months away. In the meantime, I think I can raise the Caledonian levy and send them... shoot. Well, that's fine. I'll just have them be picked up. I forgot to do it manually. And I'll raise the other levies and get them ready. It's just the Belgica levy that won't be ready. Raise the levy in Germanica. Alright, I guess I'll have to pick them up with this force. Totally fine. And I guess I can raise the Amorcan levy as well. Have you come over to... I'll have everyone gather in Nemnetum. I think that's probably the right call. Alright, on the boats. Down we go. Same with you. Good stuff. What now? Okay, we're not the threshold. This is that Master of the Guard. His loyalty is on the verge. Already bribed him. Could give him free hands, I guess. Could give him a holding, actually. That would improve his loyalty. It would cost us some money. 40 gold is probably fine. I could give stipends. What's this? I don't think I've seen... These have been here before. I don't know why I don't think I've seen these. He's a secret pit fighter. Okay, sure. I could just give him a holding, I guess. But where? Where's a very out-of-the-way place? Grant holding. Do we have any holdings in, what's like the furthest north, Cornawii? I don't think this matters at all, but just for fun. Cornawii. Enjoy your holding. Your little vacation home in the Arctic. I mean, that is not the Arctic, to be fair. It is still kind of like modern-day Scotland, but that's pretty far away. So that should have taken care of that now, so hopefully that keeps him preoccupied for all. Scandal! Oh, no. And it's with this guy as well? Oh, jeez. I literally just... Okay. Okay, Scandal is unfortunately part of an average day in the Platonic court. Ordinarily, we would simply ignore such petty squabbles. However, on this occasion, the esteemed Concoliatanus Welbus has been found... This is the same character I was just looking at, right? Yeah, this is the same guy. It's found in flagrante delicto with his lover Comex Morganus. Okay. By his spouse, Rusilla Welba. Well, that's awkward. This guy is the researcher. Okay. Rusilla Welba, the spouse, is overcome with despair, is appealed to the court to have Concoliatanus Welbus stripped of his office. This is definitely not our business. I don't care about this at all. Lose loyalty with this character, and she'll see his partner as her rival. I guess this is the guy's wife. That's fine. Yeah, whatever. This is not our business. I don't care about this at all. I've got bigger things to worry about right now, such as the invasion of Tyronia. Oh, Comex Marcanus has died. Was this the guy I was just looking at? Yeah. Died of lung disease, allegedly. I guess we'll see. Right after someone said, this guy is my rival because he was sleeping with my husband. He then died of lung disease, coincidentally. Very interesting. All right, well, that was our researcher. We need to get a new Marshall Advance researcher. Not a Marshall Advance. Lita Wistiwika might be fine. Why did I not pick her before? What was I picking her for? I think I was going to pick her for wife, and I didn't. I passed over her because she was too old. I think her traits are fine for being an officer. All right, we'll go with her. All right, that's fine. And is my final force ready to raise? 2 months away. Let's get this force over in preparation, or this navy over in preparation to pick them up. Minor addendum. 6 stability for political influence, or no effect. Honestly, this is still worth it, even though I am trying to build a PI. 6 stability, I can't overlook that for just an influence. That's a really, really good trade, so I'll go for it. Yeah. Why not? Kalatian Civil War ends. Oh, just in time. The bitter civil war in Kalatia has finally come to an end, with the loyal forces of Boyo Galbus crushing the rebel armies led by Inimicus Equius and his scheming cohorts. Alright, interesting. It's actually quite convenient because I'll have my armies in the area, so after the Tornoian War, I'll probably just go fight Kalatia immediately. In which case, I think I'll have to delay my city plans and actually get a claim on Kalatia, and also stop trading with them too. That's a little awkward. I can set up that trade deal later. No big deal. Actually, should I claim Kalatia or somebody else? This will be a pretty substantial war. They're allied with Borowikia, as well as Beowakia and Parisia. So they, and also the Meridian War, will be what I need to kind of combine my sides. Neither one will get me connecting my sides, but they'll both get me halfway there, essentially. And they're both substantial wars. So let's go ahead and fabricate a claim on Kalatia. Let's go for which side of the river? Probably want to go for the Borowikia side of the river. Yeah, that's easier to get to. Good stuff. Sorry again for the slow-paced episode here, but I am getting everything in position for a couple wars. A couple quick, small wars. The big war is coming soon, I promise. All right, let's get the last levy. Oh, 1 month to go. That's fine. We will wait till everybody gets here. It's the last force we needed. There we go. All right, on the boats you go. And once everyone's there, I'll get them organized and get ready to do the war. Now let's wait for these guys to arrive. Alauna Orgatora died of dysentery. She was the governor of Armorica. That's a shame. She has been the governor of Armorica for quite a while. A very important character in the history of Armorica. A critical frontier province for our nation. Soon to not be a frontier province, perhaps. Very exciting bit of our nation's history. Rest in peace, Alauna. Always hate to see an important character go. We now need to replace her as the governor, ideally with somebody with big finesse, which perhaps could be Buitz. I think he was formerly a governor of something. I think I replaced him with someone. This would also give us a... Oh, that's actually 2 martial. I read that as 11, like a pleb. I literally title these episodes on the thumbnails with Roman numerals. I know my Roman numerals. That is not 11, you doofus. All right. So 2 finesse isn't ideal, but I don't really have tons of great finesse governors available, or characters available to me. This is the recurring thing of this series, unfortunately, yeah. What's our best option martial-wise? Or did I say finesse? I meant to say martial for that. 8 martial, but 1 or 0 finesse even is not worth it. 6 martial, 7 finesse. It's looking a little better. This is another Urkii, it looks like. Pretty loyal. Not super unique trait-wise. Any other traits? The bad local tax? Not this guy, then. This would be Freeman Happiness, which is decent. But again, his finesse is god-awful. 7 finesse and 6 martial is honestly okay. Let me see here really quick. We cut. So the Germanic governor is really terrible. Welba, she's actually got really good. The Caledonian governor actually does have really good martial, so there's that. Yeah, so that's my strong martial governor. So 6 martial is, I guess that's the best I can do, honestly. And 7 finesse is honestly pretty fine as well. So let's go with Caractacus Urcus. All right, he's an Urkii. So we've really got a pretty substantial Urkii presence in the government now. Or no, actually, no, we don't. I think I lost an Urkii recently. I must have, because I'm only at 6 out of 3. Oh, shoot, sorry, hold on. Dropping my thing. Oh my gosh. This is a professional show, I swear. All right, so that's fine. Now, please tell me your loyalty is not being weird. All right, good. Oh, you switched all my policies? Oh, jeez. Oh, no, you switched it to civilization. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I'm going to have to spend a whole bunch of political influence to switch this back. I mean, it's honestly almost okay to not be on local autonomy, but we are going to switch on back over. Just going to have to go with it. I might as well keep this on harsh treatment. I don't remember if I switched it to that or he did, but that is actually kind of called for here because it is quite low. I'm going to switch the locations that are going to gain territory first. Yeah, switch this over to... Actually, hold on. Local autonomy. Yeah, that's fine. And then next month we'll be able to switch one more. That's a little annoying, but not a huge deal. We just have to remember to do that. All right, the port in Williante is complete, and the training camp and... Okay, I think our manpower did increase. I said I would look at the number and remember what it was, but I have already forgotten. Actually, a bunch of training camps did finish, so let's see if that number changes from 117. Because I think we should update on the monthly tick. And build a court of law up here. Yeah, there we go. And also, let's see. I need Thexalians over here. Get all my forces organized. So 117 to 119. Okay, I think it is actually, it's either, it might be not literally +2, like the plus 119 number. It's not that +2, but it is substantial, right? Like that is incrementally substantial. So these training camps are definitely worth it in that sense. Plus they also add other bonuses, civ level and whatnot. So that's always good. I'm noticing a pretty spooky, huge mercenary army that lives over here in Tuarchius. I definitely would need to bring in mercenary help on top of my entire army and levy and Carthage's help to fight Arvernia. Because that's the thing, even with an alliance with Carthage, I can't really rely on Carthage to like make smart strategic decisions to like help me fight Arvernia. Like that's not very likely to happen. All right, so now with everyone done, we're gonna return all of our navies to their homes. It's like, or whatever. That guy had a fancy an eye patch. He doesn't have an iPad. He has a fancy eye patch. All right, Lugudurum fleet is returning. We'll do it like this. Londinium fleet, head on back, and Ulconum fleet, head on back. Very good. All right, and then my actual armies. So, with Libya, she is our martial star. She's getting up there, so we need to be a little careful that she doesn't die on us, because we don't really have a good martial character to replace her. It might honestly be worth bringing in mercs, not in this war, because I'm not scared of this war, but once I'm fighting like Arvernia, or honestly even against the Kalatian League, I might bring in mercs just for a high martial character to lead one of my forces. That might be called for, because they're going to have high martial characters from when they bring in mercs. So how do I want to organize this? Because I need to go after 3 spots here. Let's have the Caledonian levy come to Labrinum and be put into the right stance and development, please. you go on... Actually, shock actions are best option here, because then we can counter elements. I'm going to have you hang out in Labrinum as well. And... you head over to Sewariakis. You're fine. Let's make sure this is all right. There we go, fix that. All right, get them all set up. Lots of maneuvering. This is what it's like to play once you're later in the game, when you're not, especially when you're not working with legions. It just takes a long time to get your levies into position. That's one advantage of legions, is they're easier to micro. Oh, hold on. I gave you an order. Please follow it. There we go. That may delay us ever so slightly, but that's okay. All these guys in position. Also, let's go ahead and switch all this stuff that will be affected over to local autonomy. Yeah, this is okay. I won't switch it again, even though it could be switched again. Totally fine. Just wait very patiently for all of our forces to get into position. Labrinum is a nice flex location because it can hit both Windium and Windokinium at the same time, or either direction. Not at the same time, but it can hit either one, which is nice. All right, boys. All right, it's now 5:45. Let's switch over Namnetum. Yeah, Namnetum is almost ready to be out of local autonomy, but it's not quite there. A couple more, maybe another year or so, which is nice because Namnetum has one of my only cities in this area. Okay, got our stuff in position. Looks as though things will be as expected. So we're going to declare war on Turonia for our Borowikia claim. We're not going to call in Carthage for this war. I don't know if I can survive without Carthage's help, but I think I can probably pull it off without Carthage. They are going to bring in Carnutia. And also, we're not going to have Brigantia because we integrated them. Although we didn't have Brigantia for the last couple of wars, so I don't know why I'm bringing that up. So we're not going to bring in Carthage. I suspect we're not going to need their help. If we really need help, we'll call in the Britannic levy, and they're going to mop up everything. All right, let's go for it. All right, we've declared war on the Gallic local power of Turonia. Turonia and Carnutia have rallied together to defend in the war, and that's going to be the stopping point for this episode. We're not going to call in Carthage. This is a kind of a cool icon, though. I like that. I mean, obviously my channel icon is like a hand, so I like hands. What can I say? Anyways, this is going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching this slower paced but diplomatically exciting episode. And we are now in position to take on what I cross my fingers and toes will actually be the coveted quick war for this series. Every time I say that's going to happen, everything goes wrong. So we'll see what happens wrong here. Maybe Arvernia will sneak attack us. Maybe Rome will start the Punic War before I'm ready. We'll see what happens. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next time.